The satisfying downfall of battle royales. Woo! Let's watch it, shall we? All right.
That has held its own for over half of a decade is slowly dying.
A brand new Melee Battle Royale named Rumbleverse was released to the public. It was fresh, it was colorful, it was innovative, and after just 6 months of being online, it was shut down.
Of course.
Is Battle Royale as a genre dead?
A bunch of
I think.
updates has caused.
All right, so I think the only two battle royales that matter is Fortnite and Apex Legends, and even Apex Legends is starting to fail. But Fortnite, it's special. It's one of those special IPs that just gonna live for a very long time. You know what I mean? It's just one of those games.
The game just slowly lose popularity since its peak in July 2018. But was it just the bad updates? Or was it the fact that people just lost interest in the game over time? Once upon a time,
I think people get tired of the gameplay loop of battle royales, especially if the skill ceiling is really high. I mean, people are gonna people are just gonna get killed and have to start all over and loot, especially if you're the first team wiped off drop. Like, this shit's annoying, you know what I mean? So, like, I get why it's dying. Like, normies, like, people who want a game when they get off work after working an 8-hour shift, 10-hour shift, they get home, they want to just hop on a game with the boys or, and win some matches. But I think a lot of the time it's like, people want a game that's worth playing. They don't want to keep losing for 2-3 hours that they have to play and getting nowhere. You know what I'm saying? That's not fun. You know what I mean? And I think that's the problem with battle royales.
Call of Duty was at the forefront of multiplayer PvP arena shooters. And even the franchise Halo held the title as well alongside Call of Duty. That is until one day Krafton and Tencent decided to make a game called PUBG. PUBG would be a battle royale game. Every single player drops in, grabs loot, shoots each other, and, well, I'm sure you understand the point. Last team to stand wins. And ever since PUBG's popularity exploded within the gaming market, every single AAA gaming company, especially Epic, saw this opportunity and monetized off of it as well. So it's safe to say that PUBG paved the way for battle royale gaming to become a massive success within the gaming community. We saw an unbelievable amount of battle royale games that came out within the last 6 to 7 years. We saw games rise, we saw games fall, and
that's a bunch of people probably never even heard of. You know what I'm saying? Like Mini Royale, there's a whole bunch of them. Whole bunch of shitty ones that never took off.
Games that are unfortunately already dead and just didn't make it to the forefront. Hyperscape, Spellbreak, Blood Hunt, Darwin Project, Call of Duty Blackout, Battlefield Firestorm, H1Z1, and even Fall Guys were all great battle royales off release. But unfortunately, the companies who made these games just did not know
gameplay
how
mechanics
to manage them, market them, and upkeep them. And so now they just lie in a grave. There are only 4 battle royale games that have made it to the forefront of competitive live service gaming within the battle royale genre. Warzone, Apex Legends, Fortnite, and even PUBG still stand strong.
PUBG does still stand strong.
One of the biggest problems with battle royale gaming is that the market is so extremely saturated, and some devs literally made identical copies of games like Fortnite, one of them being Creative Destruction, and even a knockoff of PUBG. And of course, while they were able to monetize off of these knockoff video games,
there's a knockoff Apex too that came out in China.
Hyperscape is
I played it actually.
Example. When Hyperscape released, it was absolutely amazing to play.
Hyperscape looked like it
the
was
gunplay, the team play, everything about it was amazing. However, Ubisoft just for some reason delayed everything and didn't drop the first season on time. Hyperscape eventually dropped in between a bunch of other massive games like Fortnite, Warzone, and Apex, all competing for the same spot. Very similar to how Titanfall 2 failed because EA dropped it.
Apex is just better when it comes to
moving
moving shooters.
Infinite Warfare. But we are currently at a time where we can see that Battle Royale games are declining. Even though the Call of Duty franchise has basically used the exact same formula for the past God knows how many years, it's still a thing to this day. People still play it and people still enjoy it. However, the Battle Royale scene hasn't even lasted nearly as long as the PvP arena shooter formula, and we can already see the decline. The problem is every single battle royale has multiple things in common that causes these declines. Cheaters, terrible microtransactions, horrible servers, lack of content, boring and money-grabbing content, terrible skill-based matchmaking, terrible servers, abusive developers of AAA studios,
sounds about
and
right.
the list literally goes on and on and on. And it's not just for Apex Legends, but these issues are something that we constantly see with massive AAA live service battle royales.
Hard to manage.
One of the biggest problems that we see within the big three battle royale games today is lack of innovation and boring repetitiveness. Because back in the day, the studios were massively invested in making innovative changes to actually keep players playing and make the game fun to play. Now, aside from Fortnite copying literally everything every other game did, the collabs that they did was what kept driving Fortnite.
I think that's
and
definitely
Epic
what kept Fortnite going, was the collaborations and the collaboration skins. And they're not like fucking expensive in order to get it. And it's not like a gambling system. You can just buy the fucking skins. I think that's a way better monetization strategy and to keep people playing the game. I don't like how Apex does it. Like, you have to buy loot boxes and then they get more expensive as you buy them in order to unlock the entire event, collection event. Like, it makes me not want to spend, like, you have to spend at least $1,200 just to get everything if you want it, and it's like not worth it. Or maybe $800 or $1,200. Like, they've had expensive ones, but oh yeah, well, if they have like the Final Fantasy collection event, that was like $1,200. It was ridiculous.
as a company forward.
Like, that's rent for some people. Got me fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, they're crazy for that.
Apex Legends introduced the revive system, where if your teammate died, all you had to do was just go grab their banner card, head over to a revive station, and boom, you're back into the game. Warzone eventually looked at this and said, we gotta write this shit down, and they introduced the gulag into the game. The Fortnite devs saw this innovative idea, said, write all of that
Respawn
down right the now, and gave Fortnite a revive system as well. Eventually, Apex Legends even introduced Evo Shields. For new players to Apex Legends, before Evo Shields were a thing, you just had different rarity of shields. Shields in Apex Legends used to just range from level 1, 2, 3, and 4. And no matter how much damage you did, it never impacted if your shields evolved to the next level or not. And now with Evo Shields being a thing, you start off with level 1 white shields, and the more damage that you do to your enemies, the more your shields level up and you get extra defense. Warzone introduced bounties, which Apex Legends even tried to copy and make a game mode about. And of course, Fortnite once again said, write that shit down. Until the day came that they decided to remove the ability to create skyscrapers.
Yeah, Apex did that for like a season, and then that shit went away. Like, that shit did not stay as a mode, which is weird. I think they just didn't want a fractured player base because they don't have enough people playing the game in general, which is like I think they just need to fucking do it anyways.
For a little while. The developers of the big three always were innovating with new game modes constantly. Warzone got Rebirth Island, Apex Legends got 3 Strikes, and after years and years of the community
3 Strikes
begging
was fun
and pleading for it, Respawn finally added solos to Apex as well as quads, while games like Warzone and Fortnite had these game modes as default since drop. And of course, Fortnite has its creative mode, as well as making the switch to Unreal Engine 5, which opened an entirely new door of exciting content. Fortnite basically copied the Roblox formula, where players could go in and create games within Fortnite using Unreal Engine. So if you didn't feel like playing the traditional Fortnite Battle Royale, creative mode, duos, solos, squads, anything like that,
which
you
is
could
fucking
just go hop in into
genius idea. Like, that was a fucking genius idea.
A mini horror game mode that another player made and enjoy that if you really wanted to. However, one thing is very clear and very certain. The repetitiveness of these games will eventually be the downfall of these games.
Yeah, I get bored. I got bored of Apex. I used to play a lot, but I got so bored.
Everything under the sun, Fortnite hasn't copied anything from any other BRs in quite a while. And it also doesn't matter what Respawn adds to Apex Legends, the gameplay loop is still the same. And no, Warzone fans, adding proximity chat to Warzone isn't a we are so back move.
No,
Proximity chat honestly should be a default setting in most live service competitive games. The problem with constant repetition is that players like you and me lose interest over time because we're just doing the same thing over and over again. Drop into the map, grab loot, shoot that guy, die to that guy, go back to the lobby, rinse and repeat. The process is tedious. Well, similar to the infamous quote of insanity from Voss from Far Cry 3.
Insanity is doing the exact same thing over and over again, expecting shit to change.
Yep.
That is crazy.
But if there's one thing that is really destroying not just Battle Royale games, but live service multiplayer games in general, it has to be microtransactions. While this may be a very controversial topic because some people don't mind microtransactions as long as it doesn't give you a competitive edge, a lot of people hate microtransactions because why the heck are we charging that much for a skin where you can take that same amount of money for a virtual skin and buy an entire AAA game with that exact same amount of money? Nobody likes microtransactions, but everyone buys
they don't need
them,
they don't need to make skins that fucking expensive, bro. It's so crazy. It's so dumb. See what I mean? $360 just for a death box. Oh yeah, $360 for the Final Fantasy event package. Yo, I swear, if you just did the random lottery system, it was way more.
A massive role in this too. And a lot of the times it's because players have dedicated themselves to the game, playing for hours upon hours and year after year on end. Skins in each game can easily cost you hundreds of dollars. Like Apex Legends selling a $400 death box. Fortnite had skins that originally costed just a few dollars, but now they're exclusive.
I'm pretty sure Apex had like a $700 reactive skin or some shit like that. Or $200 or some shit like that. Something crazy. Some dumbass number. Like, I don't know. Or I think it was $250 or some shit like that. It was crazy. So dumb.
To a certain platform, and they range from hundreds to even thousands of dollars. And who on earth in their right mind bought a Nicki Minaj outfit in Warzone? She doesn't even play Warzone. She just shakes plastic in front of a camera. Or even the Mecha Godzilla bundle that you had to pay $60 for. That's literally money for Black Myth Wukong right there. But alas, at least it isn't a $400 death box or even a skin that you need to buy an entire phone or Nintendo for, valued at hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But one of the problems for a lot of casual players who just like to bounce in between these games and purely just enjoy themselves, there isn't really any real progression outside of ranked. And for most casual players, the only form of progression is most likely battle passes, which then again aren't even free.
Cost you money.
Unless you have a dedicated team to play with, you are not playing competitive solo queue in any of these games unless you're an ultra sweat streamer and content creator who is trying to make content playing the game, and that is literally your job. The casual player doesn't really have anything to grind for besides the battle pass, and most of us just log in for about an hour or two each day to complete certain challenges which don't even offer that much of a reward.
Don't offer shit.
Apex even took
crafting materials. That's literally that's literally Apex Legends. You get a pack and it just gives you crafting materials.
Things like that players used to play and grind in ranked for, and that is none other than the infamous dive trails. Back in the day, one of the main reasons that people used to grind ranked was for the badges, dive trails, and the status of being high rank. When you drop out of the dropship and you saw someone with a diamond, masters, or even
it's worthless now because of all the hackers though. Like, it's literally worthless. Like, people with hacks are taking up all of the fucking higher ranks, and then it's like people who are actually good at the game and have skill can't achieve those goals because of the hackers.
Even Predator dive trail, it was something to fear.
Like, they mean nothing now. Like, you see a dive trail, or you see like Pred's 3-stack or Masters 3-stack, even a Diamond 3-stack. Like, you're gonna be like, okay, all right, like. And they have like no data on their fucking banners, like they're hacking or some shit, and like it doesn't even make it worth it at that point.
And also something
you're just like these motherfuckers are there, got that rank because they're using fucking aimbot or fucking a Cronus Zen to get 0 recoil. It's like, it's lame.
To be proud about. Now they removed the dive trails, added prestige skins,
now you have to
and
buy
they come with their own custom dive trails that can only be unlocked if you obviously put money into the game. Imagine being broke, huh? So aside from the absolutely terrible problems that a lot of these big battle royale games face that we mentioned right in the beginning of the video, mainly cheaters, terrible microtransactions, bad servers, and lack of content, it's safe to say that either these massive AAA studios are running out of ideas or simply are just not as committed and dedicated to making innovative ideas as they were before. Which is actually a really funny statement because these are billion-dollar games.
Yeah.
Activision made $1.85 billion, rounded off to basically $2 billion in just one quarter. Fortnite and Epic have made over $26 billion to date. And they made over $6 billion worth of revenue in 2022 alone. Apex Legends, Respawn, and EA has made $3.4 billion in total to date. So it's safe to say that the money is not lacking for these companies to continue to make innovative ideas. And don't get me wrong, of course they're going to continue to innovate. But the problem is, it just seems like everything they add is just yet again a part of the insane cycle every single new season. For example, Apex Legends just had one of their supposedly biggest seasons, adding a new map, new ways to use weaponry, an insane amount of changes. Yet the player count is the lowest it's ever been in the past 5 years. So it's quite sad to say, but if these companies do not continue to slowly move away from the battle royale scene,
it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
Anyway, boys and girls, thank you for coming to my rant. I appreciate it very much. But of course, I
honestly think that like battle royales are dying, and I think people want the next big thing and they don't know what it is.